We have to go to the root. We have to go to the cause. Dealing with the condition itself is not enough.
Dear Mr. Massa, I'm just trying to mind my own business. What's the matter? It's just another day, another black king captured. I'm about to lose my brain stuck inside this ghetto rapture. I got a lot of smoke. If you want it, you can have it. They want a hat trick, but this is black girl magic. Ain't talking about the kind that'll make you disappear, but I'm talking about the power of the melanin within. Ain't looking for trouble, but I'ma say this one time. I put two dukes up if you try to touch mine. We still want justice for Tamir and Trayvon. You say you don't see color, but racism ain't blind. They targeting little kids whose skin look just like mine. So I'm paranoid, it's a war zone outside. And I'm a black queen, so if you ask me to step out of my car, you gon' have to snatch me. Cause I ain't going no damn well. Had to spend my whole life living unfair. Ancestors got my back and they right here. You can never understand, it's a nightmare. Living in my black shoes by the black rules. You can keep your handshake, I don't dap coons. The white man that go nuts if he cash you. But you all on his side like a damn fool. Make it make sense.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
We are exploited. We are downtrodden.
Make it make
Queen.
We are
sense.
denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression and exploitation
Queen.
away from us or aside from us is come together
Queen.
against the common enemy. Who taught you to hate the texture of your
Ahmadiyyah.
hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin?
Ahmadiyyah.
Parents, pay attention to the books, the school system, even to your little children. Lies mixed with wisdom. His skin too bright, so he was blind to the prison. My skin just right, so I collide with division. You trying to pray to God, but we tired of religion. No savior saving, we got to save our savings. We used to pay miss, how we gon' make the slave rich? But who's to blame, and tell me why you complaining? We need a team effort just to rule the nation. Like a bad relationship, missing communication. We missing moderation. They're trying to get a poison to my population. No reparations. I'm getting tired of Satan.
We are oppressed.
I'm
Queen.
getting tired of waiting.
We are downtrodden.
Queen.
We are denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression and exploitation
Queen.
All right, hello everyone, Grand Rising. Thanks for tuning back in once again to the original Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur show. I'm your host, Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur, and this is your first morning wake-up call. So as you're coming in, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done so already, be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. Also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Dr._A_Shakur, TikTok at Dr. A Shakur, Twitter at DGoddess27. And also, please double check to make sure you're still subscribed to the channel, specifically if you have not been receiving your notifications. All right. And as per usual, if you don't like what the Queen is cooking, well, you already know what to do. Exit stage left. And I just want to say, first and foremost, everybody in this chat right now is messy. Okay. Everybody in this chat right now is messy because I know why y'all are on here. Y'all are just messy, honey. All right, so let's get into it. Hello, Desmond, Buckhorse DC, Christy One Love, Ethelene, Queen Sam, Monifa. All right, Jeff is up in here. Softly Love, Lillian X. All right, Juju B, I see you, beloved. Claudette, Eduardo, Cherokee Descendant, Dale, Deronda, Priscilla. Okay, let's get into it. Kimberly is here. My Aunt Egypt, Sierra. All right, Root Trackers, Chris B, love her. Kimberly, did I say Kimberly already? All hell no is in here. Said, oh, we about to act up. See, I know y'all are messy. Lewis is here. Queen Shay, dangerous. Oh no. Pensy Lola is here. Darius. Okay, Donna. DD in Dallas. Okay, so let's get into it. Switching lanes. Lillian X. Shaka is in here. Okay, or Ashaki. LaVar is here. Samantha. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Y'all know I love my loyal royals. Hey, Anita, I see you. So let's get the lights up. You all know how they do the poor little queen. I'm just trying to do my commentary, but they just won't let me be. All right. Now, before I get started, I want you all, I'm going to play this poem for you guys. Hey, Chief Jonesy. I said royalties, so nefarious. That crazy bitch Aries is here. Okay. So I want you all to hear this poem. I played it for those of you on the backup channel yesterday, but this is what I would like to give to, this is an ode to Tyrese. Okay. I talked about Tyrese yesterday. Hey, Jeff ATL. I talked about Tyrese yesterday, how he said that he wishes that he was born Latino sometimes. That's what he said, right? Well, Tyrese, it didn't happen. Sadly, for you, you're still black. And when you wake up tomorrow, you're going to be black, period. And so this is for you, Tyrese. Please pay attention.
You so black. When you smile, the stars come out. You so black. When you born, the God come out. Black is not. Black when it's wrong and black when it's right. Black is pyramids and mathematics. Black is melanized and magic. Black is televised and in need of drastic black advancement. Black enhances, black with chances, black with privilege, black with pride, black on purpose on the black hand side, black and beautiful, black and blessed and highly favored, praise the Lord, black and blessed, black and so much more, black and nothing less. Black and educated, black is brilliance, black is strong, black is resilience, black is song, black is infinite, like hip hop or space, black is grace, black is love, black makes babies, black babies grow up, black is tough, black is hard to do. Black is me, black is you, black is not something we get to choose, but it is something we get to cherish. It's something we get to wear, and we get to rock this with honor. I'm black like my granddaddy and my great-great-great-great-grandma.
All right. Tyrese, sit down somewhere. You better recognize, honey. All right. What is wrong with him? Talk about he wishes he was born Latino. And you know, here's the thing. He could have said Afro-Latina. At least some of them are as dark as me or darker. All right, he needs to have several seats. But anyway, somebody crossed the damn line. That crazy bitch Eric said today would have been her grandpa's birthday. Well, happy heavenly birthday to your grandfather, beloved. May he rest in peace. Dragon Lily said black is beautiful. That's right. G from the land said black is beautiful. Absolutely. What is wrong with Tyrese? Silent D said Tyrese about to be Cry-Reese once again. So let's get into it. So I just wanted to play that to remind him. Okay, because he's definitely one of those people that when he smiles, the stars come out. Okay, so let's get into it. Let's get into it. Lights up, everyone, please like and share. That was a lovely poem. I absolutely think it's awesome. Okay, and the miming that they were doing, well, I like that too. So let's talk about it. First and foremost, this is all nefarious. You all may remember about 2.5, maybe 3 years ago, 2 to 3 years ago. I can't remember exactly, but I gave you all the story about these girls in Aurora who were detained by the police. Okay, for no good reason. They thought they had a stolen car, I believe. But nonetheless, they forced them out of the vehicle onto the ground. And one of the young ladies was very upset. Well, now they have settled the case for $1.9 million. Yeah, $1.9 million. That video went viral. Okay, so let's talk about it. Lights up, everyone, please like and share. And then I'm going to show you the footage like I did last time because it's all crazy. I mean, what was the purpose of this? Well, to harass people who look like me, apparently. Okay, so over 3 years ago, after a Colorado woman and her sister, daughter, and nieces were pulled from her car and ordered to the ground at gunpoint, no less, by Aurora police officers. And you all know the Aurora police officers are really nefarious. Okay, how many stories have I done on them? And aren't they the ones who killed Elijah McClain? Well, yeah, of course they are. But let's continue. So the department has settled a civil suit for $1.9 million. The video incident was taken by bystanders at the time and it went viral. Now, of course, if the police, if it were left up to them, they would probably never have wanted to release the body cam footage. Please pay attention. The car was mistaken by officers for a stolen one. The license plate number was the same, but the state license The state of the license plate was different. Now, they didn't realize that. See how foolish this is? So the stolen car they were looking for had a Montana license plate, but the car stopped had Colorado plates. Brittany Gilliam said that what started as a Sunday fun day with her family to get their nails done ended with traumatized children, some of whom were handcuffed in the August 2020 traffic stop. So they handcuffed little kids. I just want you all to pay attention. They say our hope is that police officers all over the country learn that law enforcement needs to use common sense. Well, you can't use it if you don't have it. And I'm not saying that all police don't, but very many of them seem that they don't have common sense. Okay, some of these situations that they escalate and just make into such a big deal are not even necessary. And the funny thing is, you seldom see this happen to people who look like most of them. Okay, yeah, common sense goes a long way, but let's remember, common sense is no longer common. Now, they say especially when dealing with children, they should use common sense. This is what Gilliam's attorney, David Lane of Kilmer Lane LLP, told the CBS News on Monday. A RoboCop mentality will lead to huge liability. Not a RoboCop mentality. It says, we believe that inexcusable racial profiling was involved in this case as well. When the race of the occupants of a vehicle causes guns to be drawn, a line has been crossed, which will result in huge consequences for the police. Now, you know darn well, even if it had been the same situation, but only white folk involved. Now, you know good and darn well, they would not have ordered no white people out of the car with at gunpoint, made them get on the ground, and with kids in the car. Do you think they would ever do it? Well, you know they won't. And how do you know? I'm so glad you asked, because you've never seen it. Have you ever seen them draw guns on white children? Have you ever seen them go to the elementary schools and arrest and handcuff and take to jail white children because they had a tantrum? You never see them do that, but you see it happen all the time to 5, 6, 7, and 8-year-old Black children. They want to traumatize these kids, as far as I'm concerned. But let me continue. Now, they go on to say that hopefully this settlement will lead to changes in how police departments handle situations like this in the future. It won't. Trust me, it won't. As long as they have racist demons who love to racially profile, harass, brutalize, traumatize Black folk, it'll go on. Please pay attention. Now, Gilliam says her 12-year-old sister and 17-year-old niece were all handcuffed while lying on the asphalt of the parking lot. Her 6-year-old daughter and 14-year-old niece were also ordered to the ground. A 6-year-old. And let's not forget the little 10-year-old Black boy who was sitting in the car while his mother was in the law office, and then he had to use the restroom, and so he went behind the car or to the bushes or something, and they arrested him. Do you think they would have arrested a 10-year-old Brad or Chad, a little Bobby, just because he got out to pee? Of course not. But let me continue. The high temperature that day was 87 degrees, so the ground was hot, scorching. Historical weather data shows in the pavement temperatures can reach 50 to 60 degrees warmer, okay, than atmospheric temperatures. But they got them laying on the ground. Dirty devils. Now, the family was Black, and the video of the stop prompted outrage across the country during a summer protest over the killing of George Floyd. Now, Aurora police previously described the traffic stop that day as a high-risk stop. Let me tell you how you know they're lying. First of all, why would you think it was high risk? Now, here's the thing. If they mistook it for a stolen vehicle, okay, perhaps they would have thought it was, dangerous, right? But then as soon as the people stopped and you saw who was in the car, which was nothing but all females and even children, I'm sorry, where's the high risk in that? Cowards, fools, overzealous idiots. That's what they are. Now, they go on to say that it was high risk, which typically involves officers having their guns drawn and ordering all the occupants out of the car onto the ground. The department's chief at the time, Vanessa Wilson, apologized to Gilliam. Honey, I don't want no apology. Okay. Offered city-paid counseling to the children. City-paid counseling. Do y'all hear this? and said at the time, officers need to be able to use discretion in how they handle traffic stops. Well, yeah, they do use discretion. You see, that's the thing. Let's not act like they don't use discretion. Of course they use it. Specifically when it's Black people. They use their discretion to escalate, intimidate, and traumatize and victimize. That's what they do. Well, let me continue. Gilliam filed a civil rights lawsuit in January of 2021 seeking damages and a written apology. It was the first lawsuit of its kind filed after a police accountability bill was signed into law in Colorado. The Arapahoe District Attorney's Office said that time that it would not file criminal charges against the officers. Well, we know they won't. Okay, the city of Aurora did not immediately respond to requests for comments. Arapahoe District. I thought they were talking about Sexy Red for a minute. I was confused. Okay, so let's go to the footage. Let's go to the footage because this is all ridiculous. Well, they had to pay $1.9 million. Okay, that's what they had to do. Likes up, everyone. Please like and share. Thank you in advance, beloveds. All so nefarious. Let me make sure I'm pulling up the correct video. Here we go.
Go hands on. Ma'am,
You can walk up to the fucking vehicle.
we can't walk up to a vehicle because we don't know what's inside the vehicle and what's going on. We'll find out. Okay, we'll find out, ma'am.
Please do.
Put your other hand on the small of your back.
You got me fucked up. I never in my fucking life. Never in
Ma'am.
my fucking. Shut up talking to
Okay.
me. You ain't gotta say shit else to me.
Okay, roll over.
Shit. You ain't gotta say shit else to me.
Okay, all right.
The fuck?
Okay.
Why you putting it on my 17-year-old? That's a 12-year-old little girl. Are you kidding me? Get your fucking
121.
hands away from my neck. You ain't gotta touch me, motherfucker. Don't fucking touch me.
Yeah, just confirm
You ain't gotta
Charles
fucking
Nora
touch
King
me.
737.
Are you fucking kidding me? Kids! Kids!
Sorry,
Still
a lot
going in
of
your system.
yelling and screaming. What was that?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep fucking yelling. They're my fucking kids!
Did you say it's confirmed?
I can't wait. I cannot wait till this shit is over on my mom and dad grave.
Copy. Is it the plate or the vehicle it's stolen?
Neither one is stolen. Walk up to the fucking vehicle. Okay, don't go ahead and touch me. No, no, please.
Am I cupping all of them?
Let me
Cup all of them? Cup all of them? Okay. It's okay. Go ahead and put your other hand behind your back. Go ahead. It's okay. I have another pair, yeah. It's okay.
I've seen enough. It's just ticking me off all the more. I've seen enough. And then you hear Karen in the background saying, it's okay. It's not okay, bitch. It's not okay. Stuff like that really gets under my damn skin. And here's the thing. Like I said, this didn't have anything to do with them feeling like they had to have a high-risk stop. Because once they saw who the occupants were, what are you afraid of now? Did they really think that lady and those children stole the car and were on the run, fleeing police? They were all cooperating. And here's the thing. Once they ordered them out of the vehicle and told them to get on the ground, why would you tell the 6-year-old to do the same? If they were decent human beings, which they're not, they're clearly demons. But if they were decent human beings, they could have at least told the 6-year-old, you go stand over there or go sit right here. What kind of threat is she? But no, she had to lie on the ground on the hot, burning asphalt, just like the rest of them, to be handcuffed. Dirty devils. Let me just calm down before I raise my blood pressure, honey. This is all crazy. Clearly demons. Miss Peach said I had to leave the room. Queen couldn't listen to it. I know, right? It's all so crazy and clearly unnecessary. Just like you said, Lillian X. Devils. Sarah said the money is not even enough. Exactly. Okay. Exactly. But anyway, yeah, they get pleasure out of it. Absolutely, Samantha. Yes, they do. Timber Dan said, we need you, Queen. Please don't raise your blood pressure. See, let me tell you all something. Whether you all noticed it or not, this is why I can't talk about this stuff every day. This is why. This is why I try to talk about celebrity gossip, and I talk about these stories every now and then. I can't talk about this stuff every day. It's low vibrational. It ticks me off and raises my blood pressure. Quite frankly, I can't talk about it every day. I just cannot do it any longer. Sarah said they probably went home and laughed about it, telling their racist friends. I bet you they did, okay? I bet you they did. And I put nothing past demons and devils. Salon D said he'll raise his blood pressure. Oh my goodness. Tim Dan said, I don't blame you. This stuff is sick. It really is. So with that all been said, honey, let me tell you all something. This man who used to be in the NFL, Larry Johnson, former running back from the NFL, honey, I think he played for the Kansas City Chiefs. Don't get me to lying. But anyway, this man is out here telling all the business. Now, a couple of years ago, I want to say it was in 2019 or 2020. He said the games were rigged, and I believe him. He said the games were rigged. He said they had a gay agenda. He was saying all kinds of stuff, honey. But now, somebody sent me a video last night where he's just going in again and just spilling all the tea. But hold on, I find it all nefarious at the end of the day. I find it all nefarious. Now, let's go back to what he previously said. This was reported in September 2019. Larry Johnson is his name, and exposing the NFL is his new game. Apparently. Okay, so here's what it says. Ex-NFL's Larry Johnson alludes to NBA and NFL having a gay agenda. Former NFL star Larry Johnson sounded off on social media, revealing his speculation of an effeminate agenda in the NFL and NBA. Now, the former Kansas City Chiefs star running back fired off a series of tweets following a recent player opening up about his sexuality. In his tweets, Johnson claims that LGBTQ is making its way into professional sports. Hold on. Not making its way. What is he talking? He said making its way, honey. Laverne said it's all nefarious. Silent D said, haven't they already? Lillian said it's already there. Timber Dan said, beloved, LGBTQ has been in professional sports. That's what I'm talking about. Not making its way. But let me continue. So goes on to say, there is an effeminate, now this is him, I'm quoting what he actually said. He says, there is an effeminate agenda going on amongst the NBA and NFL elite, peddled by high-ranking Masons/handlers to indoctrinate the heterosexual sports world without them knowing it, for the buying power of the LGBTQ community. But we're not ready to have that conversation yet. Honey, he's just telling it all. Please pay attention. And here's the post right here. He tweeted this back in 2019, honey. Vino said, what country has he been living in? Okay, because we already knew this. Honey, what is he talking about? It's all so crazy. There it is right there. Now, if he comes up missing after the stuff y'all going to hear him say in this video that I'm about to show. Okay, now he continues adding the alleged agenda of each sport, saying the NBA, the Vogue fashion show you now gets, from the team bus / car to the locker room. Most of the outfits you think for 16-year-old boys are for 16-year-old boys, not 6'6", 30+ men. The softening of the play. Everyone's a 3-point shooter. Noticeable weight loss to fit the feminine archetype. Honey, this man's going in. It goes on to say, as far as the professional football agenda, Jason tweets, NFL, Michael Sam's was the gauge to see where society was at. Or he was the gauge to see where society was at. Planned. He said it's all planned. Commercial. 2 aggressive men having a powder blue pink cupcake business. Feminine behavior over little things like helmets. Same fashion show to locker room using only receivers, quarterbacks, and he ends the tweet touching on the increasing number of domestic violence in NFL. Saying lastly, in October is LGBTQ History Month. The NFL players wear pink that month. They want you to think breast cancer, okay, is the cause. But they know, they show you they don't care much about women. Look at the treatment of domestic violence issues. After sharing his conspiracy, many took offense to Johnson's claims. The former NFLer kindly shrugged off critics after his comments. Well, I don't know why you'd be mad unless you thought it was true. Someone by the name of Tony Ponansky replied saying, for someone who is extremely good at chess, you are truly one dumb MF. And then he said, like I'm dumber for reading your thread of tweets. This is the same person talking. And then Larry responds saying, wow, I'm honored to have an NFL beat writer comments. It means as much to me as someone who talks about a game no one in their entire lineage could ever play. And to which the man says, my name is Tony, dumb arse. The person you are thinking of actually interviewed you, and his name is Joe. That shows how effing dumb you are. So a little back and forth, honey. Nobody has time for that. But anyway, I digress. Now, let's go to the footage, honey, because he was going all in. Just spilling all the tea. Hold on. Likes up, everyone. Please like and share. Thank you in advance. Did I send it to my? Okay, here it is right here. I knew I sent it to my emails. All right, I'm going to share my screen so you all can see this. Here we go. Mr. Mystical Black Realm said, and what? He talking to be talking. Sit down. It's freaks everywhere.
Things I've been saying about the NFL, that is rigged. Talking about the Hunt family, knee deep in the assassination of JFK, that the NFL is gay. Have I said this in a tweet like August 2020? All of a sudden, they want to award me a special presentation, just like how Franco Harris did a special interview before he was killed. This is how they get you, you former football players. They get you to show up at interviews. They get you to show up at presentations. And if you don't understand the numerology of anything, this is how they can get you and trap you. I would have gone and wouldn't know, and they could have easily put me in a predicament. I could have been at the bar. I could have been drinking. They could have came to my hotel. Any situation that would have fit my natural foolishness, which means either been drinking or been to fight with a woman. That would be the only thing they would catch me with, and they would tell you this is how I felt. He died from alcohol poisoning, or he died fighting. And people would have believed it. If I went to that show and y'all would have heard that I got killed and you would have told you I died by alcohol poisoning or something like that, most of you would have believed it because you know that's usually what I've been in trouble for. This is how they get you. It's kind of comical because once you understand numerology and gematria and they use the same numbers over and over and over again, it becomes pattern recognition. Okay, I've seen a lot of football players die, and it be because of numerology. I've seen a lot of celebrities die, and it be because of numerology. And it's always when they're by themselves, they're found dead in a hotel, or some craziness that they attach it to, and no one can know what's the real truth because they're really that slick with it. If you don't have your eyes open, so it's funny to me that these people do not like me. They do not like me around when I was there. When I was in the world, they didn't want me around. So all of a sudden, they're going to give me a presentation after me saying football been rigged, after me saying their family did everything they did, all this stuff I've been talking that smoke, and they want to invite me into an award show to give me a special award for something.
Well, I find it all interesting. Lillian X said, right, he's just telling the truth. Here's the thing. But of course, DC said, no lies detected. Stacy said, hold on, honey, let me read these comments because y'all are going in. Stacy said, it is numerology or their choice. Is it numerology or their choice? Honey, numerology and gematria has a whole lot to do with some of the bullshit that goes on in Hollywood. I do know that. Hey, Reggie. Okay, this is all crazy. Sandra said, we know this, sir. Next. All hell nah brings up a good point. All hell nah said, who started butt slapping in sports? Anybody slapping my buns repeatedly, we go together, period. Not y'all go together. This is all nefarious. Okay, but for real though. Okay, who came up with that? I find it also interesting. 169 said it sure does, Queen. Okay, I mean, that's a good point about that butt slapping on him because it's very suspect. All right, but here's the thing. I find it interesting that this man says that they tried to invite him somewhere to give him an award. I would have been suspicious too. Okay? Please. And let's not forget. What was that man's name again? I always forget his name. I was literally just talking about him. Hold on. The NFL owner who was involved in that trafficking. Remember that was going on down there where Trump's resort is, Mar-a-Lago, a few years ago. Hold on. What's that man's name? Y'all know who I'm talking about. Robert Kraft. That's him from the Patriots, the owner of the Patriots. Yeah, in 2019, I reported on that. Okay, I had just got my my YouTube channel. Yeah. Sex trafficking in these spas where they had these women, some of them couldn't even speak English, okay? And they had these women doing all sorts of things, honey, and they were making money, and he was allegedly one of the customers. So please, if they have all that going on, honey, I don't know what else, okay? I wouldn't be surprised at anything else they have going on. And that man is right. Reggie said, owner of the Patriots, Robert Kraft. That's him. I remember when it all went down, honey. Here's the thing. Wasn't just him. I should revisit that story because it was a whole bunch of high-profile men that were involved, okay? And it was like over 200. Not even joking. All right? Not even joking. Now, why didn't that story go viral? Lily X said, yep, he was found at the brothel. Exactly. Reggie said he had a case a few years ago. Yeah, in 2019, he sure did. These people are something else, honey, but they don't want to talk about that. But here's the thing. I find it all interesting. You see, they don't want to talk about that, but they want to kick Colin Kaepernick out of the NFL, okay? They want to all collude against him to get him out of the NFL for silently protesting, peacefully protesting, which is afforded to you and me through the Constitution. Please make it all make sense. Rich said they shut that down quick. Of course they did, beloved, but let's continue. Because let's talk about Monique. It is all so nefarious. Let's talk about Monique, honey, because I don't know what is really going on here. DL Hughley came out and had a whole lot to say. If you ask me, DL needs to shut up, because here's the thing. Now, he had the nerve to say something about Monique bringing up his daughter and what happened to her. But DL, where did Monique get the information from? I'm sorry, didn't he say it himself? And in fact, the guy that did it was DL's friend. I think that's why Monique was clowning him. Hold on. Let me just double check because I remember when this all happened. Here it is right here. I have the footage Hold on. DL Hughley's eldest daughter opens up about their tumultuous relationship. Said, I've never publicly spoken about the fact that until very recently, my dad and I had a fairly tumultuous relationship. See, I want you all to pay attention because here's the thing. DL wants to sit there and try to talk slick about Monique because her son and her have not been getting along. Honey, you weren't getting along with your own daughter. And according to reports, allegedly, the person who did the thing to his daughter was one of his close friends. Now, that's what I heard. All right, correct me if I'm wrong. Here's what she says. I thought I'd gotten myself to a place where I decided that I'd stop getting my hopes up that things would never, ever get better and just accepted that what it was. And here's another thing, too. If you all remember, DL Hughley cheated on his wife, no telling how many times, but he cheated on his wife, had a whole side chick that got pregnant by him. So, yeah, we know what he wasn't using. And then when the woman got pregnant, she had the baby, and the baby ended up being born sick or something. The baby died. Do you all remember that? And that's when his wife found out about it. Do you all remember that story? DL is the last one who needs to throw stones. And I heard a lot of these male vloggers are trying to defend him. Well, of course they are, because they're liars and cheaters too. They're liars and cheaters too, 9 times out of 10. Okay, that crazy bitch Eric said, come with the queen, always with the receipts. Okay, thank you, beloved. Yeah, his daughter didn't like him either. While he's sitting there trying to go in on Monique. But let me continue. And so goes on to say, I have never publicly spoken about the fact that until very recently, my dad and I had a fairly tumultuous relationship. I thought I'd gotten myself to a place where I decided that I'd stop getting my hopes up that things would ever get better and just accepted what it was. And then everything changed. Initially, we forged a deeper connection over Nola, but that's her child because she's on a picture with a baby. But then my dad stopped calling me just to see her. He stopped calling me just to see her and started calling to check on me. Now, initially, he was calling just to see the grandchild. We began having the most amazing conversations about everything or anything and everything, really. I found myself in a space that I thought I'd made peace with not being in. But now that we're here, my heart is so full. I'm a late blooming daddy's girl, and watching the relationship grow between him and Nola keeps helping parts of the little girl in me that I thought I'd given up on. If you found yourself in a difficult relationship with a parent, know that even if you can't see it, it can get better. It happened to me. As the saying goes, you can't always get what you want, but if you try sometimes, well, you just might find what you need. Well, I'm glad they mended their relationship, but honey, he cannot throw stones, okay? Because just like him and his daughter now are back on good terms, well, Monique and her son could do the same. But let me continue. So they said, well, it looks like this beef is not going to end anytime soon. One of DL Hughley's daughters responded to Monique's disrespectful comments about the family. DL also chimes in as well and said he will be addressing it on the radio. This was back in 2022 when they had that whole beef about the contract and all of that. Now, here's my thing. Hold on. I'm looking for one more receipt real quick. Hold on. Here's what DL said back in 2022 about Monique. DL Hughley criticizes Monique for weaponizing his daughter's sexual trauma, saying, "You're a monster." The back and forth between DL and Monique has persisted for days following a contract-related dispute spurred by a show in Detroit. I'm going to tell you right now, I don't like DL Hughley. I don't. I used to like DL Hughley. I thought he was all pro-black, but I have seen and heard him do some very questionable things, and I just don't care for him. And I also don't care for him because he's one of the people, allegedly, that had something to do with the low-down stuff that happened to Bernie Mac. So I really don't. I don't like DL. And Monique was right, because I was waiting. Monique was right. When she said Cat Williams called them out and said they all are in a group together, he left that DL. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. Because I was like, wait a minute, Cat, you're not going to mention DL? Because I definitely heard shady stuff about him as it pertains to Bernie Mac specifically. Okay? So anyway, with that all being said, without further ado, I'm just going to go to the receipts. Okay? That Crazy Beach Era says, same here, Queen. We watched this BS unfold. Exactly. Claudette said they are jealous of Monique because she calls her husband daddy. Right. I mean, they be trying to clown her for that. They be trying to clown her because she calls that man that. She can call him that. I think they are mad. I think they are jealous. All right. Love Her said Monique's story has been the same since the beginning. I've always believed her. Exactly. Juju B said download Hughley, period. Okay, exactly. I put nothing past him, honey. All right, especially since he had a whole side child. Please. Okay, and then gave the baby mom that had the child by him, gave her some money. That was probably some hush money. Please pay attention. All right, but the story still got out. All hell no said DL's a hit dog. Okay, Miss Eva said Monique never changed her story. Vino says, I can't stand him, Queen, and he ain't never been funny to me. Never to me either, honey. I was wondering, how did he get to be one of the kings of comedy? Please, okay? Terry Henn said, DL nothing but a bootlicker for the white supremacy. Yes, exactly. He absolutely is, honey. I have to agree. Okay, so let's go to the footage, because what you're going to see in this clip is you're going to see what Monique said about him on Shay Shay, Club Shay Shay, and then you're going to see the routine she was doing, a clip from the routine she was doing in Detroit when she was going in on him about the contract or whatever, and then you'll hear his response. Okay, like so, this is almost 10 minutes long, so everyone please bear with her.
And they wanted to play this game, Would You Rather? And it was like stupid, like asking me about my husband and Lee Daniels and Corinne Steffens, and his exact words, well, that's how we do it. I said, DL, how does that uplift our community? And again, I don't know what y'all trying to insinuate, but brother, what you doing? Like I said, that's just how we do it. So it is what it is. Now, it got so ugly that my attorney had to send a cease and desist. So it never aired. So we have, like, when Cat Williams talk and people, truth tellers talk, we have receipts to everything we're saying. That's how that whole thing got started. Okay? It's family. My husband is my family. Yeah. Now, you babies that are really good with this internet, through the years, I've watched DL speak ill of me. Through the years. I never knew DL Hughley had a problem with me. But when Cass said they all a group, he forgot to put DL Hughley in the group. Mm-hmm. Through the years, I was bitter. I was dangerous with what I was doing, saying that it was inequality. My husband didn't know what he was doing. This went on through the years. I was unloved, all of these things. And I said to myself, I'ma see you. I'ma see you. I didn't go on nobody's show. I didn't say nothing to nobody, but I knew the time would come that I would see him. We were scheduled to do a show in Los Angeles. I was the headline.
Sorry about that, beloveds. I clicked on something and made the thing stop. Hold on, let me pull it.
And they wanted to play this game, Would You Rather? And it was like stupid, like asking me about my husband and Lee Daniels and Corinne Steffens, and his exact words, well, that's how we do it. I said, DL, how does that uplift our community? And again, I don't know what y'all trying to insinuate, but brother, what you doing? Like I said, that's just how we do it. So it is what it is. Now, it got so ugly that my attorney had to send a cease and desist. So it never aired. So we have, like, when Cat Williams talk and people, truth tellers talk, we have receipts to everything we're saying. That's how that whole thing got started. Okay? It's family. My husband is my family. Yeah. Now, you babies that are really good with this internet, through the years, I've watched DL speak ill of me. Through the years. I never knew DL Hughley had a problem with me. But when Cass said they all a group, he forgot to put DL Hughley in the group. Mm-hmm. Through the years, I was bitter. I was dangerous with what I was doing, saying that it was inequality. My husband didn't know what he was doing. This went on through the years. I was unloved, all of these things. And I said to myself, I'ma see you. I'ma see you. I didn't go on nobody's show. I didn't say nothing to nobody, but I knew the time would come that I would see him. We were scheduled to do a show in Los Angeles. I was the headliner of that show. His name was on it, then his name came off. I didn't question it, but I knew I'ma see him, right? Eventually. Okay, now we have a show in Detroit. Contractually, I was the headliner. DL Hughley posted a memo. Now, when you signed your deal for the Ravens, did you sign a contract or a memorandum?
I signed a contract.
You see how you say that? Like anybody that knows good business, you sign. The memo is saying this is what I would like.
Right.
But the contract is saying this is what it is. Okay?
Yes.
He put out a memo to our community. And that touched me a little different because I was saying, why would you lie to our babies? Because now they're thinking if they send somebody a memo, that's what they're supposed to get.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? I was contractually signed to go as the headliner.
Right. I mean, you go last.
DL Hughley didn't come into the building until 9:30. Now, contractually, I said I have to be on stage by 9:30 because if the show starts at 8, I refuse to keep an audience waiting.
Right.
That is disrespectful to the audience.
Correct.
When I went out on that stage, Shannon, I made sure everything I said, he heard me. Because now you're here and I'm going to say it to you.
Mm-hmm.
And I said some things on that stage that I said he was cowardly. And some folks said, how could you say that? How could you do that? And then I posted some things to say, this is what I meant. See, you came after my husband. And when you had a chance to fix it, when you had a chance to say, Mo, my bad, you know, we don't even get down like that.
Right.
You told me it is what it is. And until he's brave enough and courageous enough to say, this is what really happened, y'all. Y'all have never known me to be no shit starter. Folks ain't never known me to go over and kick a sandwich out of somebody's hand that's hungry. But what people do know is, if you kick me, damn if I ain't gonna kick you back.
Right. For that Hollywood. If you cross the line, Oprah, if you cross the line, Tyler, I'm gonna see you cool. Come on, the coal train, nigga. Choo-choo! Go on. Steve Harvey, DL Hughley. Feel sorry for DL Hughley's family. I feel sorry for his wife, because how do you suck the of a coward?
A few moments later.
I decided it would be wrong for me not to give somebody a chance based on things that they'd never done to me. That would have been wrong to me. And now I know what Tyler Perry knows. I know what Lee Daniels knows. I know what Oprah knows. I know what Steve Harvey knows. I know what Charlamagne the God knows. I know what Netflix knows. Saying yes to Monique is an occupational hazard. Monique had just gotten there. She was supposed to be there at 8:40. She had just gotten there, gone at 8:40. She got there at 8:38. What Monique was trying to do was to slow walk the show. She didn't end up getting on for 30 minutes. The oldest trick in the world is, if I want to change the order and I don't have merit, I'll try to make people wait so long that everybody gets nervous and go, please, just go on so we can avoid a conflict. That didn't happen. Monique got on stage. Monique actually felt like she had merit. She would have done one of three things. Either she would have took it up with the promoter, and she did, and the promoter said, we're going on, and whether you go on or not, that's a different thing. You would have not done it, but she knew she had to get on stage, or she would have been in breach of contract, or she would have come to talk to me. She didn't ever, and I emphatically emphasize this, she never once talked to me. I haven't seen Monique in years. I didn't see her at the venue before, after, or during. I haven't spoken or seen Monique. So if you really thought that you had a legitimate contract dispute, you would have come to me and said, hey, I have this contract and you had this contract. Notice not one thing on that contract, not one person she has on that contract, not one thing happened. Do you know why? Because it wasn't legitimate. You wrote your contract, you and your daddy. You proceeded to say things that were so patently insulting that it was galling. It was galling. You asked in subsequent conversations why I have a dog, a support dog, what kind of person has a support dog. I have that dog because my father died. My children and family decided they would get a dog from where he was from, and I named the dog after my father. I don't have a dog to keep people away from me. I have a dog so I have my father with me all the time.
Well, Club Shay Shay is getting messier and messier. It's almost like Wendy Williams didn't go anywhere. She just got a weight set. So Monique was on. Every time I see Monique these days, she's on doing some greasy ass video with her and her daddy complaining about something. Or working out. I don't know nobody that work out that much and gain weight unless every crunch you do has got Captain in front of it. But apparently she goes on Club Shay Shay and tells the story about how she came on my radio show and I wasn't there at the time. And my co-host Jasmine Sanders played a game that we played all the time with everybody called Would You Rather. She apparently was so offended by that she said she got off. She called me. Monique did, and she said I was very dismissive, like, huh? Monique's a liar. When Monique did call me, I heard her complaints, I listened to her, and I pulled the segment. So if I had been as dismissive as she alleges I was, that segment would have aired. It didn't, because I respected her wishes. She's a liar. It's also befuddles the shit out of me how somebody who, as a comedian, talks as much shit about everybody else as she does, she has the temerity to be offended about anything as much shit as you say about people. Then she encouraged everybody, allegedly it stems from the fact that I used to always talk shit about her on video after video, and she encouraged her sweet babies to look at the video and find them. Do that. Do exactly what she says. And you know what you're not going to find? You're not going to find any evidence of that, because Monique is a fucking liar. She's lying about that. But what you will find is Monique talking shit about some alleged contract dispute we had. Look at the ticket. It says DL Hughley, then Monique. She knows the story. But what she did in response to that, she talked about my dog, my wife. This broad even brought out my daughter's personal trauma. My daughter was molested, and Monique brought that shit out and told the world that I allowed my daughter to be raped in front of me. The lying motherfucker. She knows she was lying. And it only stopped when everybody from my family checked her. It's interesting. You know what else you won't see Monique doing? You won't ever see her with her family, videos with her children or grandchildren, because nobody fucks with me. How do you have sweet babies when your own babies don't fuck with you? How do you love us for real when there's no evidence of anybody loving you for real, except your daddy, who you apparently have to pay? And FYI, daughters are paid for by daddies, not daddies who get paid by their daughters. You know what else you won't see Monique doing? Telling jokes. Monique, if she'd have spent as much time actually writing jokes and writing her Netflix special as she did complaining about not having one, it wouldn't have been trash. It got the worst reviews of any Netflix special in history, because that's what Monique does. She complains and she has grievances. You never see her being a human being. You never see her being sweet and warm to people, except when she's using it to butter somebody up to get something. There's a reason why everywhere she goes, shit starts. Everywhere she goes. How is it that nobody fucks with you, not even your family? How do you, I was on the road getting it. I get it every goddamn week. Look at my schedule versus yours. See how much I'm going. And I still manage to have a relationship that I cherish with my children. Can you say the same? You can't. Because all you do is talk about your grievances and who did you wrong. There's a reason you're by yourself. There's a reason you got to pay a man to love you. It's sad. There's an old adage that says you can't buy love. It's a shame, Monique, that you probably always will have to.
Wow, he really said a whole lot, really painting a narrative. But I want you to pay attention, because he said Monique will never find anybody to love her and he's always on the road. Well, you probably are always on the road with side chicks that you get pregnant. But here's the thing also. Do you all remember what he said when his daughter said that she had been assaulted? Let's listen to it. Now, this is the father. Is this why his daughter didn't want anything to do with him?
Backers and drugs. Wow. And when I say nigga, when I cuss, it's on stage, not a police report. And we go back and forth. It's a true story. And he says, this is not going to air. I said, the fucking ain't. Right? And I thought it would. Could be profound.
Hold on. Let me say this too before I get started. Now, one thing is, he said that he took down the show that Monique had filmed, that they filmed with Monique. He never let it air. He went along with what she wanted. Well, Monique said her attorneys sent him a cease and desist. That's why it never aired. I want you all to pay attention how he tries to paint a narrative. He didn't do that just because Monique requested it, clearly, because her attorneys sent him a cease and desist. Okay? He could sit down somewhere, but let me continue.
He's a lot of is. He's a humorist. Yeah. He's a benevolent. He's a humorist. He's a humanitarian. He's a rapist. That's the way that he could be all that. Man, I lived next door to a dude, man. He took me to the free clinic. He told me about life. And he also was raping his daughter the whole time and went to jail. So to me, he's always gonna be the dude who did everybody do it. How come when people do stuff like this, they're always above reproach, nobody ever believes them, and then it's always a lot of it. And it's always, and the reason it hits home to me is because my youngest daughter said something that happened to her, and because it was somebody I liked, I didn't believe her.
Because it was somebody he liked, he didn't believe his daughter? What? Did y'all hear that? Y'all heard what he said, right? He said his youngest daughter told him she was molested, and because it was somebody he liked, he didn't believe her. Y'all heard that? Y'all heard that, honey? I don't like anybody that much. That if my child came and told me someone did something so heinous to them, that I'm not going to believe them. So who can he talk about? Who can he talk about? Okay, this is why Monique brought it up and went in on him. Because how dare you? Your own friend did that to your child, your youngest daughter, and you didn't believe her? But let me continue.
I'll never get that back. I'm supposed to protect her, and I'll never get that back that she told her father something, and he didn't do nothing about it. Because it was inconvenient. So I can see how that can play. Right. And there's so many, bro. Everybody wondering why women are mad.
I just want y'all to pay attention, honey. There's the receipts right there. Okay, so anybody defending him can sit down somewhere. That's what you can do. You can sit down somewhere. Any grown man who his child, his daughter specifically, comes to him saying that his own friend did this to her. Why would your child lie about that? How do you justify that? Because I liked him, I didn't believe her. Honey, that like or whatever I was feeling for that person would have instantly turned to hate and disdain. As soon as a daughter told me something like that. But he has the nerve to try to talk about Monique. I want y'all to pay attention. Okay? That's right. Isn't she loving? Said he is pure, unadulterated trash. Yes, he is. Okay. With that all being said, I'm going to conclude this broadcast, beloveds. The next live is starting right now. I'm going to start the next live. Okay. So see you all in the next chat. Also, for those of you who follow the spiritual channel, I've already posted a premiere. It's going to air at 3:15. It's already posted. All right. So with that all being said, see you all in the next chat. Each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And always remember to keep the Most High first in your lives. Peace.
Hey, yo, Nick, hit him with that flavor. Sold all in my skin, God all in my blood. Kings all in my circle, you touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen, why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunta. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. That's See right. A bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all at Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threats. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood. Kings all in my circle, you touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood. Kings all in my circle, you touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got